Chapter 14. The story of Umme, Ammarah, radiyallahu anha. She says, we were very much handicapped in Uhud. The enemy had very strong cavalry, while we fought on foot. There would have been a fair fight if they too had been on foot. When somebody came riding on his horse to attack me, I stopped his sword on my shield, and when he turned about, I attacked his horse from the rear and cut its leg. This caused the horse as well as the rider to fall to the ground. As soon as this happened, the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, would shout to my son, who would run to my help, and then we both finished the man in no time. Her son Horat Abdullah bin Zaid, radiyallahu anhu, says, I had a wound on my left arm, which would not stop bleeding. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said to my mother, put a bandage over it. My mother took out a bandage from her belt and after bandaging my wound, said, now, son, go and fight again with the idolaters. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was watching us. He said, 0, Ammarah, who can have courage like yours? The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at that time, prayed again and again for Ammarah, radiyallahu anha, and her family. Ammarah, radiyallahu anha, says, I was standing with the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when one of the enemies passed in front of me. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said to me, Ammarah, he is the man who wounded your son. I jumped at her and hit his leg. It made him fall. We then went forward and finished him. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, smiled and said, Ammarah has avenged her son. When the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was praying for us, I said to him, 0, Prophet of Allah, pray for my company with you in paradise. He favored me with this prayer too, and after that, I cared little for what happened to me in this life. As has already been said, she also participated in many other battles with the same zeal and spirit. After the death of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she took part in the fierce battle of Yamamah, which was fought with the renegades. She lost one of her arms and received 11 other wounds in this battle. She was 43 in Uhud and 52 in Yamamah. Her heroism in these battles at that age was miraculous.